Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I have Renee Yao on the line, and she is founder and CIO over at Neo IV Capital. And this episode is part of our iConnections Miami series, where we bring you the best of those that attended and participated in iConnections that took place over in Miami. Renee, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Adam. It's a pleasure to join the show.
All right. So we got a lot to talk about today. So I definitely want to get into Neo IV Capital and what your firm is doing, and also really how AI plays a role in this and how you're using it in investing. But before we get into that and also your firm, I want to start with iConnections. So I understand you attended. I know Steven, who's also works with you, attended. Like, was this your first time? Have you been in the past? Like, maybe give us a little bit of the background.
Yeah, sure. So this is actually my third time attending iConnections. My first time attending the event was back in 2017 when I first launched my own firm.
Oh, wow. So hold on. So you're a veteran. Just so you know, Renee, this is my first time going. So this is one of these things where I always hear about these conferences and like, Adam, you got to come cover this. You got to come do this. And I'm like, well, and then enough people tell me and I'm like, okay, I'm going. Let me see what's going on. So so you're a veteran. It's good to have you on the show to pick your brain. So please continue. I just wanted to say, so you're a veteran. That's wonderful.
No problem at all, Adam. Yeah, it used to be called iConnection, and then it used to be at the hotel called Fontainebleau. But now, as the event's gathering more interest, more and more people want to attend it. So now they move it to the convention center. So we attend last year with my colleague Stephen Greenblatt, head of BD, and we're attending this year as well.
And so you've been there kind of like, I know it's grown. And what keeps you coming back? There's a lot of different ways you can spend your time. There's a lot of different ways to spend time, effort, marketing dollars, connection opportunities. What keeps you coming back? What makes this so special?
Oh, that's a good question. So I think the iConnection provides a good opportunity to build a connection between the investor and the manager. So that was the original goal of setting up the conference. But at the same time, you can meet with your colleagues. You can see what is the latest trend in the market, what people are carrying. It gives like a general kind of temperature of what is going on in the market. And you've seen the facilitation of like the meetings and everything else. Can you talk about the ease and like the convenience of that side of things? Because that's one of the things I hear about all the time, like the quantity of meetings and this and that, and they make it super easy. Like the platform just gets better and better every year. Can you talk a little bit about that? Yeah, sure. So I think right now they rely on this automatic optimization process to assign meetings between manager and investors. It's actually not a very simple and straightforward problem because you're dealing with multiple managers, have multiple meetings, and then multiple investors. So it's actually a very sophisticated optimization problem. So now I'm glad to see they built this sophisticated tool to be able to assign that so each investor and manager can have their schedule assigned kind of before, like 1 week before the meeting start.
Yeah, I love it. I saw that and I was like, I like that you use the word sophisticated because in trying to coordinate that many people, there's a lot of people attending and also nobody wants to waste their time, right? So it has to work. So I'm glad you gave me some of the insight there. I want to switch it up a bit here and change the topic slightly. Let's get into Neo IV Capital. Maybe start with telling us a little bit more about the firm.
Yeah, sure. So Neo IV is a quantitative hedge fund that 10 years ago, back in 2016, we are a firm specializing in artificial intelligence. And in fact, as far as I know, we are one of the only women-owned machine learning AI hedge funds in the entire industry.
And you said did I hear that right, 10 years ago, roughly?
Yes. The firm was set up in 2015, but we started trading in 2016.
Yeah,
so we just celebrate our 10 years anniversary this June.
Congratulations. That's amazing. And if you think about it, I know it sounds kind of funny because it's not that long in a time span, but when we're talking about something like AI or trading, 10 years is a lifetime, in all sincerity. So like you were pretty early on going in that direction. Am I off on that, or would you be agreeing, or like do you think I'm wrong?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. And we are considered one of the pioneers to do research in the AI space.
How does that fuel what you're doing today? Like you're investing, I don't want to use the word, does it give you a head start or an edge or things like that, but I'm just curious, like, how does that fuel what you're doing today?
Yes, absolutely. 10 years ago, when I first came out, I was trying to explain like why I'm trying to apply AI, this modern technology in the financial market. It was pretty foreign concept, right?
I was going to say, people were probably looking at you like you were crazy. They're like, what is this, right? Like, you're going to put AI, you're going to do what? Now you're the most popular, I feel like. Go ahead, continue, but I'm just trying to picture what that was like 10 years ago.
Yes, exactly. So I spent a lot of time, like the following 5 or 6 years, trying to explain to people what is AI and why AI is powerful. So nowadays.
Do you laugh now? You got to laugh at that now. All the people you had to educate in the beginning now, right?
It's a learning process for myself and for everyone, every single one of us, right? It's a learning process. And then, like, the recent years, well, thanks to ChatGPT, I don't need to focus on why AI is powerful. Yes. But then the focus shift to, why you are curious, like what makes your AI differentiated? How does that contribute to the investment process?
That's interesting.
Yeah. So if you think about the difference between traditional machine learning versus modern AI, it's kind of like comparing IBM Deep Blue versus Google's AlphaGo. So Deep Blue is the algo that designed and released by IBM in the 1990s, which they use that to beat the Russian chess championship. And AlphaGo is the algo designed and released by Google back in 2016, which they use that to beat the Go championship. Now, on the top, you might feel, well, those two looks very similar, right? But in my mind, the Deep Blue is a classic traditional machine learning algo, which means in order to train it, you have to feed it with a lot of historic data. You have to assume history repeat itself. And so you're trying to find some patterns in the historic data, and hopefully the same pattern will still hold in the future. And once you find yourself in the past 10 years data, sort of a, say, momentum or reversion pattern, it's a static model, right? It won't spontaneously change into a different model.
Right.
So that's the learning methodology of a traditional machine learning algo. Now, speaking of AlphaGo, it has a different learning methodology. That's why it's called modern AI. First of all, the algo is not just learning from historic data. It's learning from this rule-based learning process, just like how we humans learn things. So it relies on leading indicator versus historic data lagging information. And second, the algo is learning in real time, just like we do. If you think about how we learn math, right? When we're back in school, our math teacher showed us, okay, 1 + 1 = 2, 1 + 2 = 3. You don't need the math teacher to explore every single example to figure out 2 + 3 = 5, right? Because we have this like reinforcement learning methodology. We have this self-learning ability, and that's kind of why we call AlphaGo is modern AI, because it has something similar, which we call reinforcement learning. So that's a difference between traditional machine learning, traditional quant versus modern AI.
And as this evolves, I'm curious, like, why do you feel that this is, or do you feel, I should say, do you feel that AI and kind of going in this direction, that this kind of is the future of investing, or like what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like you can imagine what we're trying to do is trying to apply AI in the financial market, like building a financial version of ChatGPT, right? Now, if you have the choice between, Siri, Alexa, and ChatGPT, which algo you will go to, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I have a opinion on like Alexa or like Siri. I mean, I think those are great products. But it's just their learning methodology is different from ChatGPT, right?
So I'm curious. We're heading into, we're going to blink and it'll be Q2. For everybody, just so everybody understands when we're recording this, just for a quick little timestamp, we're recording this March 12th, 2026. So Renee, I'm curious on your end, going into this next quarter and going into Q2 of 2026, like what kind of conversations are you having in your firm? Like what's on your mind right now when it comes to investing and how you're allocating capital?
That's a good question.
I know that's a big one. I know.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lot going on with AI right now, right? The agent training process, the interpretation. There's a lot of debate. So we spend a lot of time in researching the latest research area in the AI space. But at the same time, we're also trying to see what is the value add of AI to the financial product, right? Because you cannot claim you're using AI, but then your return is like 30, 40, 50% correlated with everybody else. What is the value add? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been spending a lot of time trying to see how to use AI in a way that we can deliver non-correlated returns to our investors.
Great. Renee, this has been a lot of fun having you on the show today. Like, I really enjoyed our conversation. I really enjoyed learning more about Neo Ivy Capital. Last question here. If people want to follow up, they want to learn more, they want to connect with your team, how do they do that?
Well, they are most welcome to visit our website, which is www.newivycapital.com. Then there you will see we put up some examples, we put up some introductions about us, and then they can also like send the emails to our website. So happy to stay in touch with the audience.
Wonderful. For everybody listening, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes, so you could just click on the links and head right on over and connect with Renee and her team. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Yes, you heard me right, daily. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way on your journey as well. So hit that subscribe or follow button. And Renee, thanks again so much for coming on the show, and congrats again on the big 10 years. So congrats.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been a great pleasure.